Hello, everyone. This is Cristiana Eltrayan for the Pranic process online. We have yet another meeting on the topic of how to elevate our vibration, how to maintain a high level of consciousness, and how to keep ourselves lighter, especially in this time of change. Meeting on the topic of I'm now broadcasting on several channels, so I'm gonna send messages to the participants to make sure they can join in. And it's beautiful to see you here. It's beautiful to be with you and to have this hour of power together where we're talking topics of high interest for your pranic path, but also we're approaching all the questions that you might have. So if you have questions and you're watching in live streaming, you can use the area in the comments, which is next to your video if you're on desktop, and below your video if you're on iPhone. You can watch that, access that area and use it for comments and questions. And I'm gonna build this webinar based on your comments and questions because I want to meet you exactly where you are and have this opportunity to learn from what you need and learn from what you most want to talk about, you know, in a pranic process. What are your needs and wants? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to take a moment to send the messages to everybody who's meant to participate. So while you are here, just make sure you join in. Okay, I see the camera needs a bit of adjustment. And everybody, as you join in, because I can't really see you on YouTube, you could type in your name and country so that we know where you are from. That would be great to learn who's joining in tonight, because some of the people cannot join and they will just participate to the and see the recording when they're able to be here. First of all, I'm going to take a moment and salute you all from my heart, and let's center in our hearts before everything else. And as you center in your heart, feel your heartbeat as it corresponds or resonates to the heartbeat of Gaia. And as you feel the heartbeat of Gaia, you feel it pulsates with your heartbeat as well. And as it pulsates with your heartbeat, it aligns you to that place of stillness, that place of peace, that place of beauty, where you find yourself in total harmony with the heart of Gaia. And as you're in harmony with the heart of Gaia, while you might feel her needs as your needs, you can also take a moment to look at the heart of Gaia and perceive her compassion. deep dive into this communion with the heart of Gaia, so that you feel truly what she feels. Feel your heart is fully aligned now with the heart of the central sun, even beyond the galactic sun, the heart of the central sun, and then connected to the heart of Gaia. And feel this communion between the three hearts. And feel how truly you are connected to her heart and receiving her wisdom, her compassion, her patience, her infinite love for her children, which is us, directly from her heart. Deep dive into her wisdom, receiving from her true spirit the depth of the patience and compassion and kindness that she has for us. Feel her pulsating. Know her infinite love. Know that she's seen the craziness and the beauty of humanity for eons and eons of time. Go deeper with your breath, releasing your thoughts, sitting with her wisdom, knowing that she knows. How to be patient, how to be compassionate, how to be in acceptance of all the things that are happening at all levels around her. And that from their wisdom and from that compassion, she is in her center. And as you go deeper into that state, you allow her to share her wisdom with you, knowing that eventually she accepts all, encompasses all, and trusts all. Because as the spirit that she is, she's having full understanding and respect for whatever is meant to be. And also feel that in the state of wisdom, together with us, she has chosen this role. As spirit, in a collective journey with us, she has chosen to evolve. No string of grass, no drop of water, not a feather of a bird moves. Without the full knowledge and acknowledgement of the one who has created them all. Not a piece of cloud, not a breeze of wind, not a sigh of a child occurs without the full approval and consideration of the one that is breathing us all. And with that, fully feel that everything is into place, that everything is in harmony, and that we've all chosen as collective and as individuals, together with the spirits that are connected with us in this journey as Gaia and other planets that might have experienced turmoil before, all of us have together selected this journey. And all of us, same as in a family, same as in a friendship, same as in a relationship, at the soul level have fully accepted this journey. Fully. Including Gaia, including any other planet, including the whole species, including all the other species. It was all a global, multiversal agreement. So take a deep breath in and encompass that in all levels of your being. Fully accepting it in every pore. So that on your pranic journey, you step forward with a full allowance that everything is as it is. And I remember Jasmine once told us this story where there was a moment in her life where she would not fully accept the worldwide situation. And as she wouldn't fully accept, or maybe not accept is the right word, but she would ask the why that we all ask from time to time. And that you've probably all asked it in this current situation. She would ask the why. And as she asked the why, the answer that Mother Mary gave, which is a good friend of mine and of many, the answer that she gave was, it is as it is. And Jasmine asked, but can I at least do some energy work on the situation? And the answer came, it is as it is. And she was like, but can I at least pray for them? And the answer came again, it is as it is. So for those of you light workers out there who are looking at this current situation as sometimes I do. So I don't exclude myself. Looking at this current situation or other situations in the world and feel maybe sadness or pain or discontentment for the things that are happening and for the way that are happening. Just remember this mantra that it is as it is, and accepting, integrating, and fully encompassing this is the ultimate step into full communion with the one that has watched this charade for eons of time without a blink. So tonight you might see me deeper into this state of peacefulness as I was working with nature a lot today and also did my running and my walks for a longer time. It really brought me into this silence of the mind and also almost the silence of the mouth, to the degree where now it's a bit difficult to speak, especially at a faster pace, because my mind is completely resting. So as the words are flowing in this space, I will just let this space be this rhythm for as long as it's necessary for it to be, and maybe if it changes, then you'll hear me talking faster. But as it is, don't be surprised. And I'm looking forward to see everyone coming online. We're all on YouTube, so none on Zoom so far. I haven't put people on Zoom lately in the last 2 meetings for one specific reason. Most of the time, if not all, I don't speak from my mind. And that requires me to really rest in a state of peace while I speak and try to not focus on 3 or 4 things at the same time. With Zoom, what happens is that they have changed the feature now, and you have to add each participant by hand. You know, as you sign in to join the meeting, I have to focus my attention on adding you into the meeting. And if I miss one, he'll just sit there waiting because it doesn't appear on your screen. You have to constantly scroll and see if anyone else has joined. And that keeps me in a mind state a little bit, just constantly checking, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? Also in a bit of worry, what if I miss someone and it waits at the door, not able to get in? So far, I don't know if that feature is changeable, like if you can change it and to have everyone joining just by the link and not by my individual permission. And until they change that, it works better with YouTube because there I can be in a flow and you still see me and hear me. So that's what happens. That's why you've seen me preferring to send the YouTube link instead of the Zoom one. I think that's what I did for most of you. In case you were wondering, I feel someone was wondering about it. And so I have felt to go into this because yesterday and today it was the main theme, you know, and I've noticed for many, it's a hot subject today of how to stay in a state of equanimity or detachment or harmony in this craze of things getting weird on the planet, with people telling us things that are untrue and giving us numbers that are meant to scare us and news that are meant to put us in desperation instead of at ease. And with apparently the human safety being threatened by some disease that we cannot heal, like what on earth? They have made a printer to print hearts. You can actually make a new heart in a machinery. They have made organs and limbs out of nothing, you know, with subatomic particles and methods that I don't know how to describe in scientific terms. They have cloned ponies and even humans, for Christ's sake. And are we really meant to believe that they don't have a solution for a flu? Like, what on earth? You know, I would say the F word, but I'm trying to be decent. And therefore, by sitting and watching all this, together with all the craziness that has been before, it makes you sometimes want to just scream, to say the least. And or for some, it brings quite big discomfort at the physical level. Some have physical pain when something is wrong, you know, heavy at the planetary level. Some have allergies, some have rashes on the skin, some have headaches, and so on and so forth. So even at the physical level, we actually have discomfort or high levels of discomfort if things on the planet are getting disbalanced. And that happens because actually there's a rhythm between us and the planet that cannot be ignored. Like our 7 chakras are connected to her 7 chakras. And there's actually 7 planetary chakras, each one in a very important area of the globe that is connected to our energy system. And because her inner fluids, you know, like petrol and waters and whatever else we're extracting and polluting, is connected to our inner fluids. And the petrol is her blood, and other things are her lymph, and other things are her, you know, circulation liquids and so on. And we're depleting that constantly, expecting that it has no impact. Not only it has an impact at the environment level and at the balance of all species and all that, but it has an impact on your bodies, because your bodies are made of the same stuff and are, you know, connected to the same rhythms as planet is. So therefore it is kind of impossible not to suffer if she suffers, unless you become good at detachment and building your own field completely autonomous on living on a planet, which is very, very unusual to most. But mainly what we're suffering for quite some years now, and all the disease and all the disbalance and all this and that, is due to the impact that we have on her, on Gaia. And that's not to be ignored. And one of the biggest and strongest and most disharmonious impacts that's being built up now is the installation of a new technology that's actually disrupting the human system to a degree that people cannot cope with it. Like in China, they fall off their feet on the streets and they die, like they drop dead, literally, and nobody's talking about it. Why? Because there's a virus to blame. Like there's no virus to blame. This is not caused by a virus. This is caused by a planetary imbalance, and we have to say the truth. So as light workers, especially, because other people might be more, you know, insensitive to their sensitivity, as in they don't feel what they feel very well. But as light workers that you've trained to work with energy, that you've trained to feel into your bodies, that you've trained yourself to, you know, really develop this sensitivity, especially on a pranic journey where the less you eat, the more you feel. At least that's how it's been for me. Especially here, you are feeling the impact of it. You're feeling it and feeling it and feeling it. And the question is what to do, right? What to do to be in a state of balance with this. And in any other situation where you might be absorbing and letting in the suffering that is happening, either at this planetary level or at this level of our civilization. So there is a stage where you are becoming immune to it. And I don't say immune just randomly. I say it because it has to do with the very chakra that is creating immunity, even at the physical level. So do you know which chakra creates immunity? Let me know in the comments if you do. Who is here? There's not many people joining tonight. I see everybody's busy doing something else. But those of you who are here, thank you for being here. So do you know, I'm asking, which chakra creates immunity? Don't Google it. Say yes or no in the comments. I don't know if you're able to comment even. But just know that way, way, way below, if you scroll, you're gonna find the comments area and you can use it. Yes, the heart chakra, somebody answers in Messenger as always. Heart, hello, heart, hi Heather, I see you're seeing the comments area. Thank you so much. Somebody else doesn't see it, but thank you for answering in the other in WhatsApp. So I was saying that to be immune to this thing that's happening at a planetary level, we develop the very chakra that creates immunity, and that's the heart exactly. And as we develop the heart chakra, by developing means constantly energizing it, constantly focusing on it, we expand our field, as it has been proven by HeartMath and other scientific researchers, but HeartMath is the best of it at researching what the heart field does. This, as you enhance your heart field of the energy in your heart chakra, it creates a field around you, like a bioshield, that's actually taking you into a state of autonomy. Not only that you feel nourished and not hungry and full and fulfilled, but also you feel immune to the things that are happening on the planet. Or immune means you're not impacted, you're not hurt by them. When you are hurt by them, it means a little bit you've gone into your mind. And it happens to all, including me, including all the ones I know. Even yesterday, I've been sad because of some things. When my mind kicked in, I kicked it out quite quickly, but it took some time to, or some work to do so. When your heart is open, think of Mother Teresa, for example, one of the strongest hearts that has been on the planet, you know. She was working with very sick people all the time, with no protection, with no fear. Why? Her heart was full. Her heart was constantly emanating. Her heart would never hinder. And because of that, she would have the full power of immunity over any disease and any situation. She wouldn't, not only she wouldn't take any virus or disease from the places that she worked with, but she wouldn't be impacted by sadness, desperation, disappointment, or rage even from seeing all the suffering. She would just embrace it in her heart and continue to do her work. Embrace it in her heart and continue to do her work. And I'm approaching this topic tonight because it's been a hot subject amongst my friends during the last few days and amongst my clients as well, and for me. So therefore, and in all the gatherings that I've been or people that I've talked to, most of them have shared that they're carrying this sadness or even pain to some degree of what is happening in the world and how people are treating the planet. And that's an old sadness that to many has been manifested through several lifetimes on several civilizations, not necessarily of this planet. And we have been witnessing civilizations destroying planets in many times. Even to this planet, with those of you who've been in Atlantis, you know what I mean. So this is not the first time we trash down a treasure. We've been there before, we've done it before, we got good at it. Hopefully now we'll be smarter, but there's still some steps to take into that smartness. We're working on it. And so I was saying that many friends and light workers around me are getting impacted by the situation and getting into sadness or even desperation, and the why is this happening, and you don't know the why yet. What if it's for a higher good? What if it's creating situations that are positive? What if it brings us into a more deeper awareness? What if businessmen that were working all day, not looking at their families, have finally started to acknowledge the value of close relationships and the treasures that they have at home, and the beauty of spending time with the dear ones and that they never took before? What if people are getting into deeper understanding of who they are, like you are doing now, some work with yourselves instead of Netflix or video gaming? And what if people are starting to ask the deeper questions instead of staying on the margins, tiptoeing around life? What if they're getting deeper and being more profound and being more connected and being more into their hearts and into their consciousness instead of into their minds? Would it be possible that we move into an era of more depth? What do you think? Is it possible that we go deeper? Is it possible that we have more awareness? And is it necessary that we go through sorrow for this? Or could we just wake up, all of us, all of a sudden, and go into that consciousness without the necessity of suffering any longer? I would say that we have options now. We have prayed. People have prayed. Like I was saying yesterday, we did prayers, and we enjoyed seeing layers after layers after layers of light coming in, and we've enjoyed having our bodies even transformed by these layers. Like people with fever now that don't have all the symptoms of the virus and still have fever might be experiencing a spiritual transformation, not necessarily an illness. Not everything is an illness. I mean, even the illness is a spiritual transformation eventually. So what if we look at things from another angle, and with that angle, we see the beauty or the alignment of it, because it is aligned. Eventually it is aligned. And think about it, the light being friends that we're having, that have helped humanity for quite a while, right? Also, they have the power to shift the situation in a second. Yes, they have the power to really, like in a blink of an eye, cancel this whole charade and make the world a better place. In a blink of an eye, not to mention divinity. Let's just refer to, to the basics, yes? So what if we really have to see the better part if it's not done yet, if it's not over yet, if it's not completed yet, and if they're waiting and understanding and having patience, what if we could do so as well? I feel you want to comment, and I feel you don't do very well with the, so let's go on Zoom, right? Those of you who are here. I placed the Zoom link in the comments of the, so you can join in the comments of this stream. So you can join, right? And you can join on Zoom, and then we can discuss more, because I want your questions. And from here for 15 minutes, I will just take questions and discussions. I want you to be able to participate. This is an important topic, and this is something that has blocked prana for many in the bodies of many people due to a judgment or a way of viewing things at the planetary level. And many incarnated angels that have taken bodies, like literal physical bodies, like many of you have taken big jobs on this planet, like huge jobs, to be working with the energies here, transmuting them, working with the portals like I do also, and working with many other things. And these, or changing economic systems, or changing banking systems, changing things that are impacting population at a higher level. And you're really coming from higher angelic realm. That's why it's not easy for you here. For many of you, you had to go through sorrow, go through denial, take drugs, try to deny your soul, and so on, just thinking that maybe this way you could cope with this chaos. And yes, you've taken great jobs, and yes, it's been hard, and yes, you're still into this harshness. But what if we could build a bigger heart field to be immune not only to the viruses and stuff, but to be immune to the suffering? I'm not saying to ignore the suffering. I'm saying immunity implies that you see things and you watch them. And as I was saying to a friend today, you bring your popcorn to the table, and you watch, and you know that it's a movie, and you continue through the movie and not get caught into it. To receive so I'm also in a phase where both are fine, and I can keep talking for a few moments, and then we're be able to see each other tomorrow. The thing is, the more we radiate from our heart, the less we as well. A human body that does not feel nourished are coming from the tensions and contractions at the planetary level for many of us. Like, if sometimes you look through your life and you see nothing to contract about, and still you're fully contracted, not knowing why, then you might be absorbing things at the planetary level, and that's not feeling good. Like, for example, when I came back from India, not long ago, a month ago or more, I came back home, and for a few days I would really struggle with this huge tension in the solar plexus. Like I could not relax. Whatever I did, whatever I meditated, went outside, did all my practices or no practice or just play or just watch movies, whatever it was, I would constantly feel like something was gripping on my solar plexus and not letting go. And I was like, what on earth? And then I realized, oh gosh, it's not me. It's not something that's happening in my life. I'm fine here. I'm in the mountains. I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm teaching good classes, doing still a good job. Thank God. Thank you, God. I'm grateful. That was my state. But still, in my city, it was crazy because, it was quarantine space just installed. Everybody was scared. Everybody was in tension. People were yelling at you if you would get close to them, which, shocked me in the beginning, why are you yelling for? And so on. And all that tension and the fear of not dying, the fear of dying, sorry, which was really something crucial, essential, like root chakra base core fear that has unleashed on the planet. First round. Second round, root chakra base core fear of survival and not having resources. Unleashed big time. It's still continuing. The first fear has maybe gone away, but guess what? It's round two. You might not have something to eat now. You might not have a home, so on. All that stuff was cluttering and cluttering and cluttering. Even yours. It's a planetary rhythm that we have to all deal with and go beyond. The question of the comments is always how to deal. Go beyond, like surpass it. Like you survolate a surface, and if you're going too low, there might be trees that would hit your plane. But if you lift your plane a little higher, your flight, your whatever device you're flying with, your ship, if you lift it a little higher, then you're able to fly through and above and beyond the situation and look at it from another area, from another level of wisdom and of consciousness also, that that gives you another perspective, and you're above the doom and gloom, and you're above the fear, and you're above the playing their games even. So today I was listening to some friends discussing new financial solutions, and there's this big thing now with security, right? And people are so passionate about how to get secure. Well, security is in your mind first and foremost, but most of it, the whole thing, starting with the towers in US and continuing with all the crazy stuff that has been manufactured along the planet for so long now. Like, when was the towers in 2009, I believe? I don't remember the date, but it was long ago. And since then, we keep hearing this word security, and under this word is the whole justification for invading our lives. Like, if you're not allowing your life to be invaded and give your personal data, or letting yourself to be monitored all over the place, even if you poop, we're just going to create a system for you to willingly give it to us because you want to feel safe. So that's the thing, right? And now more and more there's been creating situation. I'm not into conspiracy theories. This is a fact. This is like plain fact. If you look at it from an angle of wisdom and surpassing this current situation, you're gonna see where it leads and what's the next step. And if you want it, you can play that game. But if you don't want it, you need to get beyond. You need to breathe beyond the surface of the water. Otherwise, you get drowned into ideas that are just being fed to us. It's not nice. It's not nice because we're smart people, because we have the freedom of choice. We have this even, stupid free will that has trashed the planet so far. Let's use it for a better way from now on. Let's just make something out of it. Let's use it to create a new reality. But that need requires us to keep it smart, to say no to invasion, to say no to chips, to say no to vaccines, to say no to everything that gives you the futile feeling of security and destroys your bodies or your lives to a greater degree. In a blink of an eye, if you don't take care, everything can be taken away from you in a blink of an eye. So yeah, get back to the topic that I've navigated a little bit out of. I was saying that we're feeling and absorbing all that, and that we're sometimes getting impacted by it, and how to navigate. Do your practice daily. Don't let yourself be imbued by what you see if you watch the news. Don't watch the news. I was talking to people recently, and a client of mine, Elaine, who has been through the other process with the other group, and she's also doing one-on-one with me, the process online, the process one-on-one. She was saying that she's been feeling great throughout the group process, and she's been feeling great through the sessions. But at one point, she got interested very much into, oh, let's see what's going on in the world. And she started to look at all these news. And then, because she didn't like the vibration of the news, she said, okay, I'm going to watch what people say about the news. And she started to look all the documentaries or videos on YouTube or whatever on all the conspiracy theories and the opinions and do's and don'ts that are vehiculated there. And then she got really sad. Like, she was good before, she was doing well, she healed her virus in 4 days, she had wonderful results also at the mental and emotional level. She did a lot of detox. She moved from 8 days that we're doing into 30 days. So she did 30 days of just juices and liquids. And then she started watching the stuff. And when I met her the next session, she was down, like way down vibrationally. And I asked her, and she said, I think I've been watching the wrong stuff. I cannot keep up with that. How do I cope with that? And I always say to people, be the guardian of your own mind. Be the guardian. Take 3 guards and put them at the door of your mind, not just one. Maybe one is surpassed. Just take 3. And through the filter of what to communicate, also you can put through the same filter what to watch. And the filter is with 3, Dalai Lama or some wise man is saying that there's 3 things to ask yourself when you want to communicate something to someone. Is it beneficial? Is it necessary or useful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? 3 things. Is it useful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Also, I would put, is it true? The same things that just got to be 4 now are to be assessed when watching something. Is it useful? As in, does it improve and really enrich my degree of knowledge? Is it beneficial? As in, okay, it's a news and it might be useful, but am I needing it now? Does it up-level me? Does it uplift my general state? Or even if it's useful, it might be bringing me down. So maybe it's not now the right moment to watch it, And is it kind? Like, does it come from a place where information is shared with awareness for all parts, and it's brought in a beautiful way? Or is it in a low vibrational gossip, putting people down way? And 4th is it truth? So let this be your filter when you choose to accept information into your minds, 4 things to always assess, because now above and beyond all, we're talking how we nurture our mind and what we choose to look at and what we choose to accept. Yes. So to nurture your mind, get things through this filter of 4 and choose accordingly. And that will create a difference in the way you are and the general state you have. And yes, you might feel informed by watching the news or talking with friends about doom and gloom. And it might make you feel safe, or, okay, if I know this, then maybe I can get a grip on it, or keep things, keep my stuff together. Not really, because some other filters are not it might be useful because it gives you a feeling of safety or that you're more informed, but it might not be beneficial because it doesn't create a good state for you, and you cannot change much anyway. You cannot heal people, from a distance. If there's more or if there's less, there's still, to you, it's still same impact at the moment. It's not kind, maybe in many aspects it might not be kind, and it might not be true. First and foremost, it might really not be true, and the reasons behind it all might not be the ones you are presented with. And so feed your mind with positive stuff. Like, there's a page called positivenews.com. I believe it still exists. It has given all the uplifting news during the past few years, and it's a web page, right? And you can find their really good stuff. My website, I don't want to bribe, but it has some cool information, and not necessarily information, but like things to learn from. Yes, information, it's the same thing. Things to learn from, right? And we place there good news when we have any. The Facebook and YouTube pages that we hold are also meant to uplift. You haven't seen one word about the doom and gloom posted, and never have I written the name that they give to the virus. I'm not typing it. No, baby. I know at the power of words and wording and the powers of letters and the powers of numbers, so I'm not playing with that. Actually, Dr. Joe Dispenza had done something really amazing with word and wording, and I loved it. I didn't particularly enjoy the meditation, but I loved the way he phrased it. He counterphrased the name of the virus, and he wrote this. You gotta love it. God love 2020. And if you focus on God love or go love, I don't know if it was God love or go love 20, it had just to focus on this instead of that, and write it and type it and pronounce it and make it into a mantra. It shifts and cancels the frequency of the old stuff that was written all over the place. And you've seen it written so often, like you cannot blink anywhere without seeing it. Why? Because it's priming your mind. Let's prime our minds with this stuff. Like go love. Go love 20. It puts the frequency of love over the whole year of 2020, just by writing it down, just by pronouncing it, just by making it into a code or whatever. So we have to really be smart and guardians of our own minds, and that's the main step now, to be able to keep ourselves in balance. So I'm going to close for tonight, and mind mastery is a vast subject. I could talk for 4 hours just to make an introduction of it. I've told you about the filters, and it's important that you assess on them when you choose to accept or spread information. So there's two levels of how your energy impacts you. It impacts you by the information that you accept, but it also impacts you by the information that you spread. So my choice these days, since the beginning of time, like 3 months ago, was to always spread information that is one, uplifting, two, offering solution. The doom and gloom doesn't help. To put your hand under the head under the sand doesn't help, and to try to also make it bigger than it is and talk about how bad it's going to be still in the continuation of the events is again not so beneficial. Let's try to focus on what we want to create. We are co-creators with our imagination, our energy, and our power. We can shift this reality, but not individually, collectively. Like I was talking the other day with this client, and I was telling a story about once I traveled in an area where there's no Wi-Fi, no cell phone, no thought forms, or very little in the subtle field. So there's such a deep quietness. I can't wait to go back there. And you have to, go up for quite a while to get there. But when you get there, it's just heaven on earth, right? And you feel even above the main layer of energy that's holding up the planet into a certain frequency. You're above that and you're enjoying and feeling the freedom, right? And as I was going down back into civilization, as I call it, because there's such a pure and pristine area that's very few to know people. As I was going back down, I would see or feel exactly where the layer of blockages started on the planet, where the blanket of low vibe frequencies is starting. And as I would see it and sense it and be able to focus on it, I had my first impulse, like when I see discrepancy in the fields, and in the energy fields of the planet, because I'm trained to do it, with energy portals, special places, and planetary grid also. My first impulse was to ask for it to be dissolved. Like the first thing, a snap of mind was like, cancel, clear, delete it. And then, but something felt not right, like, yeah, don't interfere. So when I asked for guidance of what to do and asked why was I stopped from not dissolving, was answered that they have to want it. They have to want it. I mean, when I say they, it's about the general population has to want this in order for it to be dissolved. It's a general construct. It's not just mine or yours or those of us who would decide differently. It's a general construct, a global agreement, to have this on the planet. And so it is necessary that globally, at least a mass, critical mass, as we call it, or big mass of population asks for it to be dissolved. And I believe that with this situation, so many have prayed and asked for help now on the planet that is ready to be gone. And it's ready, and it has started to dissolve already. And it's causing big shifts, but it's causing big gifts as well. So therefore, this is good news, and it doesn't seem like it because we don't see it yet with our physical eyes, right? We don't see the good results. We don't see this possibility, but it is so visible in the subtle field. And one of the two songs that I've kept playing these days, and dancing by is the one that I'm going to post in the comments. And you can listen in the comfort of your home and dance on, because it's really good news coming in, guys. And I really wish that you could see, feel, and believe it, so that you can release your tension, release your fear, send away your worries, and be feeling more and more of this blissful energy that's coming on. So to end this evening, because we're not going to do the meditation because it has already been at the beginning, right? I'm just giving the link to this song, and that could be your ending meditation, like sing on it, dance on it, knock yourself out on it, whatever. Just let it sink into your frequency deep, 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 and understand, acknowledge, and accept that yes, good news is coming in. So enjoy your song, enjoy your evening. I'm sending you big hugs. I'm at the end of my day because this girl needs to rest from time to time. So if there's no questions, no comments, no things to add, nor on Zoom, nor on YouTube, mwah, see you tomorrow, same time. Or if something changes and we need to do it maybe 9 p.m., I will be it's in the comments right above you. Maybe my comments are not coming through. Did you receive the others? Anyway, I'm gonna just tell you, the song is called Good News, and it's sung by a guy named Mike Love. Well, it's right above your comments, Heather, but I'm gonna type it again, down, down. Let's see if you now get it. If you didn't, oh, okay, so maybe, what about now? Did you receive it now? If you go on YouTube, you'll find it. It's called Good News. I'm going to send you on Facebook as well. And the singer is Mike Love. Just enjoy that. And with that, we end the evening dancing together. Somebody's very happy. Thank you, Ionuts, for sending love. You didn't write it, but I feel it. Okay, so we're ending the evening dancing together. Big hugs, much love to all. See you tomorrow. If it's 9 instead of 8, I'll let you know as soon as I get the notification. I'm waiting for Adil Kassam from Unity to confirm the hour of his speech. Is the guy who did the 2 big global meditations with thousands of people, one yesterday or the day before on Earth's Day, and one on the 4/4 portal. So he's quite a good angel to be listening to. We're going to have them at the Pranic Festival online, and before or after we're doing our session. So we'll see after he confirms. I'm going to call him and find out tomorrow. Ciao. See you next time, whenever that is.